So, I mean, I've tried a couple of times, but this time I'm just going to wing it. So, if it works, good. If not, whatever. The point is that I'm going to be recording. So, if it doesn't work, it's not the end of the world. Essentially. Like, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do for this to be like. I think this is a much better thumbnail. Okay. This playlist is a little bit boring, but we're going to play it anyway. So, um, before I lose my trail of thought, I joined a fuck ton of tournaments in GSC today, this month rather, and 2 months ago. Also, if you are watching right now and you have managed to connect to the channel, despite all of my poor technology, um, I guess you can try and leave a comment in the chat. I'll try and see if I can actually keep that open, but I'm using different browsers at the same time. That's because I don't want to share the stream key. So yeah, I'm very proud of this thumbnail. I know I didn't actually draw it, but I made it a little bit of a meme. So, and yes, there is the display of Dawn Fen here. I'm not that good at streaming, but I'm gonna get to the content of this whole thing as soon as I can, as possible. Okay, so I'm gonna open a new playlist because this is making me cringe so hard. And there we go. Okay. Okay, this is better. Now, so I joined a bunch of different tournaments, including tournaments on different discords. Um, in December, I joined GSCPL, where I mainly played underused, and I took the opportunity to practice a lot in that field, let's say. So I played GSCPL. I played a lot on ladder. There was a ladder tour, but that totally failed. And in the month of January, since there was a Spotlight ladder, they also made a Spotlight tournament. So there were actually two UU tournaments, one that completely burned to the ground before it even could commence, and the other one, so we never really got past the laddering session. And the other tournament was just basically a standard tournament, with the exception of the fact that it was a Swiss format, and it's still currently ongoing. There's one game left to be played between Diophantine and Esche. I don't know how to pronounce that. So yeah, um, yeah, I have a game of. I'm pretty sure there's that game that I could look at. Yeah, between me and Sapientia. That one was a pretty interesting game. I'd probably get right into that just to just because the whole point of this video is to look at what we're just to look at some games. The scope um, of this whole thing is to improve. Anyways, hello chat, hello everyone. I'm wearing glasses and I'm showing my face, which isn't something I do normally. Don't dox me. How's that for an intro? Probably fix this. Ew, this is ugly. There. Better. Okay. So this is a game between me and one of my GSCPL teammates, Sapientia. He played Ubers mostly, but then there was also Vanny, and then there was a week where I needed to be subbed out, and File 13 didn't play, or he played another week. I don't know. So, but this isn't GSCPL. This is just a UU game. I think a lot of us got pretty good at it. So the team, it's not going to be easy for me to comment on what's going on without info on my team. So I'm gonna actually load that up, or I'm just gonna go to the last turn. Spoilers. I'm gonna hide it. So yeah, Magneton, Quillfish, Scyther, Nido, Queen, Hypno. Quillfish, Hypno, Electabuzz. Okay. Alright. I'm back. Oh my god, it disconnected. Okay. Fuck this, man. So how long have I been recording for? 8 minutes. Okay, I guess I can look through the first 8 minutes. I'm gonna put myself right here. Hey, so the stream died. Hey everyone. I felt like streaming, but it wasn't really working. But at least you get to see me. I just felt like doing a recording session where I talk a little bit about some of the games I've been playing that I thought were kind of interesting over the course of these few months. They are not exclusive to Gen 2 Overused. Or maybe they're exclusive to Gen 2 Underused, because this is a really long battle, but point is, a lot of these are games I failed in, I lost, so there's a lot that I can learn from, but I think I have the capacity to actually show where I went wrong and what could have been done in order to improve. And yeah, so let's get right into it, because even though the stream is pretty bad and I kind of just killed it, I'm gonna actually kill it now. No more stream. Bye bye. I'm still gonna continue showing the recording. So I have, I don't recall exactly each of the moves, so it's gonna be going on um, like this. Um, if I can make a prediction of what moves I used, because I didn't exactly load everything, then I'll be able to tell you what it is. Well, first and foremost, I tend to run Sleep Talk Hypno. That's because I don't use Baton Pass all too much, with the exception of Scyther. But I don't even consider him an element of the Baton Pass core. The music stopped. All right. And Scyther, however, is pretty interesting because he has the ability Baton Pass. He has that move, and he can do a lot with it. He can make things work. He can pivot. He can attack. He can. He has HP Bug. He has HP Ground. Sword Stance. In any case, we're talking about Hypno here, and the reason why I said he is Sleep Talk and I don't use him for Baton Pass is because usually Light Screen or Reflect, sometimes even both, are a valuable resource for Baton Pass teams which rely on like a Psychic type Pokemon that can use Baton Pass and set up with something else. So and then pass to something like Scyther or a Grand Bull or whatever. So what I do probably have is Body Slam. I think I remember seeing that in the replay. And Psychic and Rest and Sleep Talk. This Quillfish here probably doesn't want to be taking too much damage from that. So I can take advantage, attack, see what he's going to go to. Probably not a Haunter in my opinion, but Quillfish lead. Um, I guess you know I can't even say that I can make any assumption on this because he obviously has a Psychic type in the back. So yeah, I decided to bring in my own cloister, my own Quillfish, on the off chance that he, uh, for whatever reason, brings in his Quillfish. Mind you, in GSC UU and in Gen 2, there's one layer of spikes, and bringing in Quillfish, bringing in your Spiker on another Spiker is always a good play. Um, so I switch back. No issues here. I'm just gonna keep it on slow. So we both seem to have Body Slam, if I'm not mistaken here. I actually go for Psychic the first turn. But this is a little bit alarming because it's not the first time I see a Curse Hypno, but Curse Body Slam, definitely. I've seen Curse Psychic Shadow Ball to catch people off guard, but because it has really good coverage. But this is a bit concerning because I don't know. I still don't know if he has Psychic. So bringing in Quillfish here could mean I get paralyzed. I lose my Spiker and potential, you know, Neo Queen check. Don't know his team yet. It still could be an offense team, right? So I bring in my normal resist, which is Magneton, and I know that if I can damage it enough, I can make a better assessment of what other moves this Pokemon might have. Lucky for me, Hypno is paralyzed. So yeah, I also lied. My Hypno has Thunder Wave, so yeah, I like that more personally. It depends on the situation though, because Body Slam can hit a lot of things. Um, so I don't know. I'm kind of terrified. I don't have a phaser. I just have Quillfish. There's no one on my team that can use Roar, so I'm really set to stall here and just damage it, get lucky with a crit, perhaps. I don't know. Yeah, but I'm starting to take paralysis damage, but I'm also fairly safe because this Hypno doesn't have a lot of attack, and no matter like even if it sets up a lot of times at like +3 here, it's still not able to 3-hit KO Magneton, and I'm Rest Sleep Talk, so you know, at the worst, he's consuming all of my PP, and as you can see here, This could have actually been the game if I had gotten paralyzed, but well, no, not really, because I still have Quillfish, but it would have been very frustrating in any case. So yeah, rest. I get the rest off. Turns go by. He boosts up. I damage it. I predict that he's going to use rest on this turn, so I switch in my Quillfish. Very, very risky, but I didn't. He wasn't leaving me with much choice. Like I didn't want to be playing a stall game here, but probably it was probably not in my best interest to stay in. I don't know. In any case, my Quillfish gets paralyzed, which can be a pretty big deal. He has an Electabuzz. I have to stay. I have to be pretty safe. Luckily, we we double in to the same things. So I mean, we double in from like on the same turn. So my Hypno doesn't have to worry too much about taking damage from Electabuzz. Um, but if Magneton were in on Electabuzz, it would be another story because there is like a, a very possible chance that it has Cross Chop, um, even Fire Punch, but you don't see it too much. Not much to threaten with it since Ice Punch is kind of better. So Riga and Magneto. I also got the Electabuzz paralyzed, so that's really good. It's it means he has to make much harder predictions. But he has a Slowbro. Slowbro's also annoying. But I already see this core, and I'm like, well, how on earth am I supposed to break this with my team? Because I have Granbull. Granbull could definitely do the trick here, and I have Scyther. But Scyther isn't gonna be breaking this team unless it has HP Bug, and even if it does, and I'm pretty sure I brought HP Bug, I'm not sweeping uh, because there's probably something besides Quillfish in the back that like a Crobat. So the other mon that could be here would be a Spinner, given the defensive stance. But there have been no spin stall teams. Like it could also be a Slowbro or um, yeah. So some form of support alongside Crobat. Uh, Maybe a normal resist would be ideal here. So I bring in my Hypno, which I called Garlic Necklace. And this is a very scary turn, actually, because I could have lost my Hypno, and I think I do. I wonder what I do next. Well, see, I'm clicking Sleep Talk on the wrong turns, clearly, because this Quillfish is really, really annoying. Might have been better to bring in my own Quillfish and weaken his, but because now my Hypno is in a really tough spot, and I have a team that doesn't really like to switch into all of these attacks. Really doesn't like to switch into Slowbro. Slowbro and Slowking are one of the deadliest mons in UU. So I gotta make some hard call outs. I throw a Thunder out. I'm not suspecting any electric resist, so Hypno's probably the go-to switch in. Makes sense. I didn't click EQ on Electabuzz because it's paralyzed. Let's face it. I'm not gaining much mileage on clicking EQ there, but putting Slowbro in range of a Thunder and Spikes is really good. Maybe I could have also clicked another EQ and put um, Hypno further down, but in any case, I get body slammed. Uh, Other really bad situation, perhaps not an excellent play on my end once more because the paralysis matters. It means I don't outspeed Slowbro, so I can't threaten it anymore unless I paralyze it. So back to Magneton, you know, the usual. I get a lucky crit too. But here comes Hitmontop, and it's like, oh no, this Hitmontop can spin or it can kill my Magneton. I I don't know. With high jump kick, that's super scary. I'm also afraid at this point that it could have something like some weird hidden power. Hidden power ground was something I feared a lot, or even bug or rock, as far as Scyther is concerned. So I bring in my Scyther because I want to apply pressure, but the Hitmontop actually just goes for rapid spin, gaining himself a lot of mileage here. And whoop-de-doo, it's Crobat. Yay! So the reason why I said there should be a normal resist is because this team doesn't like to have Granbull around. And I have a Granbull. But, yeah. So, I'm just going to gain some leftovers HP. This Electabuzz has Sleep Talk, I think. I spoiled it. So, moving on, there's just a lot of switching back and forth. So essentially, I'm not so much afraid of Sleep Talk here because I don't think that he has it. And when he reveals it, that's when it gets scary because I'm like, oh, this could be Cross Chop or something weird. And I don't know if I should stay in, but I kind of don't think I have a better option, so I do. I want to burn the sleep turns. And here I bring in Granbull, and he takes a whopping 64% from Hitmontop. Imagine taking 64% upon your debut. That's not fun. So I bring in Scyther. Um, the objective here for me, if I expect to do anything with this Scyther, is to break the Crobat. I gotta bring it down. Lucky, I get a crit, so that's good. At least if so, Crobat is Haze, Wing Attack, Rest, Sleep Talk, and usually that means that they can't. I don't know if I can bring it down to low HP, then it can use Rest. If it uses Rest, then to actually phase me, it needs to use Sleep Talk, so it needs to get a lucky roll. But I don't figure out this strategy until much later. I go for Moonlight on the safe side. I go for Thunder on the less safe side, and I actually KO the Slowbro. So that's good-ish. It's not phenomenal, but this team is like kind of annoying. So I'm again same exchange as before. I'm trying to keep track of his PP here. I have 2 rests more than he does. I have 10 sleep talks more than it. But does that mean that it's really worth it? Because then I can't really fight the rest of the team. So I'm trying to think, right? I need to bring this Hypno down. I want to make it use up its PP. Of course, Sapientia knows this. He is in no hurry whatsoever because Hypno is one thick boy. So I keep going, keep going, keep going. See, this is very annoying, but good on him because I could have played this better. I probably could have threatened the Hypno with my own Granbull, but I decided to let it take 64% from a Hitmontop. So I feel kind of silly right now. So I keep going some more. I sack the Granbull. Oh my god. That was terrible. Why did I do that? Oh, it's because I needed. Oh yeah, I needed. So I got in range and was paralyzed. I fully parried, and now at plus like 415 million, Magneton could actually die. So I'm the plan here. I can't remember what the plan is. I need to haze. Yeah, so the plan is to use haze. For some reason, I bring in. Oh, okay, no. So I don't use haze. I use thunder wave, and That's so dumb. That was such a random. Okay, okay, okay. I get it now. So I use Thunder Wave, right? So this is at -5 speed, or rather, times or divided by 3.5. But my Magneton, which is slightly faster, is divided. Its speed is divided by 4 when it's paralyzed. So I had to actually paralyze it. If he had cursed one time more, my Magneton would have outsped. Therefore, I could have used rest, and it wouldn't have been. I wouldn't have sacrificed 2 mons, maybe even 3, because here, if I miss the haze, if my Quillfish fully parried here, the game would basically have been over. And yeah, so I go for a Sludge Bomb. And I take damage from Pursuit. So now the Quillfish cannot come back in. It's at 11%. With spikes down and no Rapid Spinner, the Quillfish is finito. It's gone. So I really can't fight against this Hypno. And to make matters worse, it doesn't fully para. It rests back to full. I can't kill it. It's just too much for me. So I'm going to try and be. I'm going to use rest, and that's because I want it to go back to full. But I don't know if this was an amazing play because the Quillfish dying means I don't have a sack. This wasn't an amazing play. I probably could have switched to Magneton, forced something out. I don't know. I could have forced something out with Scyther and then switched to Quillfish or something. But yeah, so moving on, right? This has been 27 minutes. Jesus Christ. I'm going to speed it up later anyway. So, um, as you can see, he is in no effort whatsoever to do absolutely anything. And he has 5 Sleep Talkers and a Spiker. You know, this is like the reason why people don't like GSC. Like when people talk about why they don't like GSC, they always bring up the argument that it's like, oh, GSC is just sleep talk and stall. And everyone's like, no, come on, you got to learn the game. But then there are situations like this which kind of get out of hand. I mean, beating it makes it all the more rewarding, I guess. Oh yeah, and if as if that weren't enough, this is also sleep talk. Yeah, so rapid spin and sleep talk is kind of busted if you don't have the right win conditions. Here, Hitmontop misses high jump kick. In every other generation, besides 1 and 2, missing high jump kick means this thing is a dead Hitmontop, or it would take Earthquake and die. Instead, because it loses half its HP. Here, it loses 2%. So yeah. Okay, it wasn't in. Yeah, it was in death range, even if it was a shitty Fire Blast. So here I'm kind of regretting that I have Fire Blast and not something like Ice Beam. Because at least I could threaten the Crobat more instead of just spamming Thunder. So the idea here is I need to use this scenario to bait in the Crobat because it's his main answer, although he does have an Electabuzz, which is what scares me. So the onus is on me to make the right calls because he can continue to pursue Scyther. It's weird. He brings in Elec. See how he's always responding to me because he can afford it. So yeah, that's the point. So here it's Sleep Talk, and if he gets Haze, then it's not very good for me. I don't know why I don't attack. I decide to pass to a fucking Nidoqueen with no physical moves to damage Crobat, so Not very smart, but I thought, okay, if I can at least threaten the Crobat, then I can like keep my +2 and hit something harder with EQ. But then I remembered that Crobat has haze, so yeah, completely idiotic play. This Hitmontop has too many high jump kicks for me to like it. If they're at if it has 2% recoil or crash damage, should you really have 32 high jump kicks available? High jump kicks? Like, I don't know. Just kind of, not to mention 64 PP for rapid spin. Once that's all gone, your sleep talk can still call upon something because it doesn't consume PP. So the dynamic here is bring Scyther in on Hitmontop, let it gain lefties. Bring Magneton in on Crobat, let it gain lefties, and bring Nidoking in on Electabuzz and dodge some T-Bolts. And that's it. That's all I get to do all throughout this game. And so yeah, just a lot of switching. I even get a burn, which was fun for like 2 minutes. And then Hitmontop just uses rest and sleep talk back again. It's it's not doing. It has no impact on the fight. All it did was hit the Grand Bull, which was actually my win con, so that was very important. But besides that, it's this long and drawn out game is very painful, but not the most painful game I played. There was a lot less on the line. So yeah, so I keep going, keep going, keep going. Here I'm at a comfortable point. I bring in my Magneton. Now the Crobat has to rest, meaning it also has to switch out. Oh no, it can't even rest, so that's pretty good. So I bring in Nidoking. I definitely switch into Scyther here, right? Or no, I actually make a predict on the last possible outcome. So now my Nidoqueen got the Thunder. I finally, after 261 turns, KO the Crobat. And I pop off super hard. I'm happy. I could smell wine and roses. Everything was great. And then in comes this stupid ass Quillfish, and it actually sweeps my team because I can't fight it. Like, Magneton takes spikes damage, gets KO'd by Hydro. Um, Scyther's at 22%. I can't kill it because I'm HP Bug. And Nidoqueen is paralyzed and dies, is 2-hit KO'd. So the the moment I finally get what I wanted, I lose the game, which is ironic. I thought this was a really fun game. I'm not going to show the other one because that's not the plan. So yeah, that was one game. Now, right. So on with the next portion, I suppose. Yeah, just join the community if you guys are interested. There will be a link in the description. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you want to see some more GSC stuff. Yeah, so this was the potential of stall. But I can show you what something like this would do. As soon as I manage to get it to load.